You are listening to the TN Horror Podcast Network. Horror with a sense of humor. You are listening to the TN Horror Podcast Network. Horror with a sense of humor.
Hi, I'm Bill Mosley, and you're in the horror basement. Lick my plate, you dog bitch.
Coming to you from the basement of my mom's trailer. I'm one of the three hosts, Johnny, and we have Jim Jam and Yeti here with us.
Jim Jam here.
Hey.
And we're serving you up entertainment like biscuits and gravy, baby. You know how we do. And as always, you can follow us on Instagram at the Horror Basement Podcast if you choose to do so. You know, get some good content and stuff there. And go follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
TN Horror News.
Oh, subscribe.
Yeah, go subscribe it. Yeah, my bad, follow. You can follow me at Johnny.Leroy on Instagram if you'd like. JimJamTHN on Instagram and the.yeti.616 on the Instagrams. If you would like to do so, you know.
Please. I'm posting more online nowadays.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. I'm not. I did find some, you would have seen where I found some moonshine pickles. And word on the street, as you know, everyone has a cousin in Tennessee and everywhere else, I guess. So, but you know how everyone has a cousin that knows that's done something, you know. Well, apparently he went to Gatlinburg and tried them and said that they look better than they taste. But apparently that moonshine is not actually moonshine. It is medical grade alcohol that they distill and add flavoring to. So, sorry about your luck, Old South. Whatever fucking...
No, it's Old Smoky.
Yeah, Old Smoky moonshine. Yeah.
Yeti probably had some of that there. Well, I guess you can get it anywhere.
Oh, and the pickles, guess how much alcohol? Guess the proof of them.
70 proof.
70 proof is 35%, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Just so you know, it's half.
So, you want proof? Is that what you said?
Yeah, proof or alcohol percentage, whatever. You can do alcohol.
50?
50 proof?
Yeah.
You're closer. It was 40 proof, 20% alcohol for them fucking pickles. $28.
I whooped somebody's ass.
$28 fucking dollars.
Somebody needs to be karate chopping.
That shit would freeze. If you put it in the freezer, it would freeze.
Well, that's no good.
No, you could go buy fucking malt beverages that are 10% alcohol.
Someone just sounded like they got electrocuted at Yeti's.
But today we're going to be talking some trailers. Of course, the Halloween thing come back in to the fold about moving it because of a certain candy company.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, and my question of the week might be a little controversial. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe.
So get the fuck over it.
Yeah. If you had to erase one monster out of the whole timeline, a vampire or a werewolf, like they've never been invented, you've never heard of them, what would it be? And I was going to say mummy, but everyone would choose mummy. So we can't do mummy. We got to do the top two, vampire or werewolf. What would you erase out of history?
I'm not voting.
Well, too controversial for fucking Jim Jam.
No.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, hold on, I got it.
Yeah. But, Yeti?
Man, that's tough.
Yeah, but you have to choose one. Because it's super tough.
It is. I'm gonna go werewolf though.
We wouldn't have no werewolf cop.
Favorite vampire stuff versus all my favorite werewolf stuff. Which one would I miss more?
What?
You wouldn't have fish wolf.
That's true.
And no werewolf cop or whatever.
Yeah.
Wolf cop.
Yeah, wolf cop. I mean, there would be tons of non-movies.
Yeah, a lot of non-movies.
What was the first movie?
What about Teen Wolf?
But what was the first one? Was it Nosferatu?
Vampire?
Yeah.
Vampire movies? I believe it was Nosferatu.
But wasn't that before the Wolfman?
Yeah. I'm pretty.
Yeah, I think it was just. I think the Wolfman was the first, like the Universal Wolfman.
I'm going werewolf on this, guys. Just because I couldn't erase the Lost Boys. I'm not sure why I'm sounding like I'm echoey. I couldn't erase the Lost Boys, and I'd be hard pressed to erase Blade. But then again, there's Twilight.
So, yeah, but.
And then what's the movies with all the vampires and the werewolves? What are them?
Underworld.
Yeah, Underworld. That wouldn't even exist. Because, I mean, either way, that would not exist. But I think I'm going to go werewolf because I've always preferred vampires, and that's the only reason why. Like, there's not a really good science behind it. Jam? Is this gonna be a 3-way? Or are you gonna go against us here? I mean, it's okay to go against us.
But then there would be no just some.
I mean, American Werewolf in Paris, the classic Wolfman movies. I mean, there'd be tons of no wolf. You gotta fucking if you go no wolf, then there's no wolves ever. There's no werewolves ever. Like we've decided.
I'm going vampire.
Going vampire. You're racing vampires. Is that what you're doing? I mean, that's what you'd go. That's fine. It's okay.
There'd be no Twilight. Yeah, vampires.
Yeah, see, he's going vampire. He's erasing vampires just to get rid of Twilight. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean,
noble.
Oh God.
That's what they think about y'all.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah,
Easy there, big guy. Easy. But yeah, I mean, and like I said, mine was just there's really no reason. I just liked the Lost Boys growing up.
Yeah, I'll do.
Oh fuck! There'd be no silver bullet.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, true. There's that.
Oh well.
Yeah, he's like, there's that.
Oh, Stephen King. Sorry about your luck. But I did like the silver bullet movie. But no, we're erasing werewolves. What would be your choice? Let us know at the Horror Basement Podcast. And, what would you choose? On Instagram. All right, guys. So I shared this. Oh, no. Oh, I need to say CreepyCon in Knoxville, Tennessee. Sorry, I got to do this plug. I mean, like, I have to. My bad. CreepyCon, Knoxville, Tennessee. Friday, August 23rd, 2019 through Sunday, August 25th, obviously 2019. But at the Jacobs Building, creepyconknoxville.com for more information, ticket information, guest information. There's probably some hotel information somewhere, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so go check out the Halloween and Horror Convention, CreepyCon in Knoxville. It's a lot of fun. It's the third year, so help support them. They did move to try to get, hopefully they have rooms, and maybe they can split up some stuff. Because last year it was just in one room. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a way bigger venue. The Jacobs Building is.
Yeah, so I think it'll be
hopefully
cool.
The air conditioning is better.
Yeah, Yeti will be there,
and he's got a badass tablecloth and more stuff to go with it.
Yeah, so go visit him there and show your support for us and just say hi.
Yeah, come on out, see us. Maybe doing something cool. Might be doing a raffle or a giveaway. Might be reading tarot cards. Might I don't know. And just stop by and see. I mean, I'll surprise you. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So I shared this trailer to y'all, and this isn't horror related at all. But I just thought it was funny, and I was like, dude, this, and it was a teaser trailer for Jojo Rabbit. I pulled it up, I seen it, and I was like, I gotta share this with people. Like, this looks fucking nuts. Because
it does. It looks fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because it's the type of humor that's even in the trailer it says satire, and that is going to war against hate. But at the opening of the fucking trailer, you see this kid throw a knife at a tree and it bounces off and stabs his little Boy Scout buddy in the leg. And then Adolf Hitler's there. And the boy is friends with the ghosts of Adolf, as he pronounces it, Adolf, not Adolf.
I was wondering, why do you say it like that?
That's how he pronounced it. Hey, Adolf. Like it was no big deal, but this was like based in 1965, and they're Boy Scouts over in the UK somewhere.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. I mean, I think just go check out the teaser trailer. I'm just trying to pass along some funny stuff that
it's funny. And
Scarlett Johansson's in it. She's not in the trailer, but she's in it, and I recognize some of the British comedians that are in it. So, it's like sweet. But we're gonna move in to the controversy of Halloween. We talked about this last week. We wouldn't have talked about it again, but Snickers has offered 1 million Snickers. Yeah. Snickers has offered 1 million Snickers if Halloween is moved. And here's my thing. Once again, I said November 1st should be the petition to change as a national holiday where everyone should get off work. Way better idea. But
so it'll be a good I don't know.
Good campaign to push forward. I don't know. But so Snickers is doing this for, of course, they want money grab, I guess. But that is a potential of 6 days lost, up to 6 days lost. You know what I'm saying? That we could lose for the Halloween season. That's 6 days lost of Halloween revenue for corporations, companies,
Yeah.
6 days sales, up to 6 days. Because if the 31st falls on a Friday and you celebrate it the Saturday before, they're trying to shorten our holiday by 6 days, guys.
Yeah.
Hashtag fuck Snickers.
Yeah, up to 6 days. So, I mean, you're always going to be losing out unless Halloween fell on that Saturday. And what makes Halloween special is when it does fall on the Friday and Saturday. And then it's amazing, which is amazing all the time. But, stop being the I need this now movement. This generation of I need this.
The whiny bitch movement.
Yeah, I even heard these people on the radio. They're like, well, I'd be okay with it being moved. It's like, yeah, because y'all are old.
Yeah.
It'd make it easier for my kids to go trick or treating. Your parents sacrificed, okay? You can sacrifice too.
It would be hella easier.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna argue that. I mean, it would be hella easier. And I mean, if they move it, I mean that's the night we're gonna go trick or treating. But fucking to me, man, I don't know. I'll always celebrate Halloween on the correct day, and I will, even if you do have that 6 days where Halloween is technically over, it's still spooky season for me. Fuck you.
Yep. Do you think that's gonna fuck haunt season up?
No.
I think they would just run to the 31st. Not normal.
Like civilized human beings, yeah.
I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. You're like fucking up a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, just because a few people want to be bitches.
Well, no, it's just because a fucking costume company or whatever, fucking big costume over here trying to freaking take away,
Big costume.
Yeah, big costume. You know how everything's
Can't
big.
trust
big pharma,
now
big costume.
Candy's getting into it.
Yeah, Big Candy's getting into it because they think that they'll get more sales for that Saturday. People are still buying fucking costumes.
Yeah.
No matter what day it falls on, there's no less people buying costumes just because it falls on a fucking Wednesday.
Well, that's why I'm going to Reese Sticks from now on. No more Snickers for me.
Yeah. So the Mars company makes Snickers. I'm not saying go out and boycott Snickers.
Fuck yeah, boycott them.
But it would be hilarious, though, if Snickers lost sales for the Halloween season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, damn, dude, we done fucked up. And plus, 1 million Snickers would amount to, like, fucking what, couple $1,000 for them to make to give away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean,
like,
come
like
on.
a million Snickers, that's like not even one per kid.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's 360 million fucking people in the United States. Does everyone not deserve a fucking Snickers for you moving it?
What's a million Snickers gonna? I mean,
What it costs them like 30 cents to make a Snickers?
I bet them cheap cocksuckers are gonna be giving away fun size Snickers.
Oh, it won't even be fun size. It'll be the little fucking squares.
The minis.
Yeah. The little bites. You know what I'm saying? Come on, dude. That's like a penny cost them probably to fucking make that.
Hope whoever owns Snickers, someone skeets in their eye.
And plus, think about this. There's always corruption. So, out of the million Snicker bars, someone's keeping a fucking 1,000 of them that's supposed to be given
Guaranteed.
away. You know? So they got 1,000 fucking Snickers in their fucking house. Corrupt fuckers.
You think they'll do it where they'll give the stores money back and just you can go into whatever store and get your free one?
No.
Probably a nightmare for a store owner.
That would be fucking horrendous.
I wonder if they'll have special packaging.
I don't know. They're not. It's not going to happen.
Better not.
It's not going to happen.
Well, no, I mean it's not.
I mean, it could happen. And this one guy brought up, oh, well, we move holidays all the time. What holiday have we moved?
I ain't never heard of no holiday being moved.
I mean, it might have been moved back in the 20s when shit wasn't set. I don't know. Anyways, sorry, I'll get off my soapbox of corruption and big fucking costume and candy.
Big candy, can't trust them.
About that there Little Monsters trailer.
Now that's something that doesn't suck.
No, it doesn't. And I shared this one with y'all too, didn't I?
Yep.
You the resident trailer hunter. I tell you what, Johnny knows a lot about trailers. If there's one thing this man knows,
Oh, I do.
it's a good trailer.
Yeah, especially the ones you live in.
When I first met him, he lived in a trailer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hell, I grew up in a trailer. I ain't gonna fucking
Me
lie.
too.
I mean, the basements of trailers are fucking nice.
Yeah, that's where me and Johnny are at right now.
Yeah, exactly. But Little Monsters, not to be confused with, fuck, I can't think of the year that the original.
The one with Fred Savage.
Yeah, not to be confused with that. This is 2019. It's a Lupita Nyong'o. I don't know how. Man, I'm fucking ruining her name. But
It's a UK movie, right?
probably, I think it is. But kids on a bus and zombies attack. It looks funny.
It looks funny. It's fucking gory.
Yep.
The practical effects look dope in the trailer too.
Maybe it wasn't UK. I was thinking something else, but
I don't know, but you might have been thinking of the other trailer, Jojo Rabbit.
yeah, okay. Well, I know the guy that played what's that big guy that was in it that he said something about when the teacher told him that they're not
we
going to
got
die.
kids out here. Oh my god, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that guy. He was he played the piano on.
That's
So
cool.
the movie I was talking about was he was in the movie called The Rocker with Rainn Wilson. But yeah, that's the Josh Gad. Was it Josh Gad?
Yeah.
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 So
And-
yeah, that's what I was talking about.
But Little Monsters, like, it opens up as a trailer, and it's like, it's happening again, sir. Zombies. Fast ones or slow ones? Slow ones. Oh, thank God it's slow ones. So apparently this has happened before. And I think it was shot in South Africa. Go check out that trailer. We're just trying to, something fun.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout
I
for
like
it.
zombie movies. I like zombie movies that do that. Do they put you in a world where shit's just commonplace at this point?
Yeah, and
Where nobody's panicking. It's just like, fuck it, zombies again.
yeah, and it's funny, and of course I love horror comedies, so
Oh yes, me too.
like you said, if there's children out there, I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers. So,
Hey, did you know, y'all, we're partnered with Haunt Seekers of Tennessee?
oh shit, son.
So haunt season's coming up. They do reviews for haunts, probably mainly in the Tennessee area, but they venture out a little bit past Tennessee. So check them out.
Well, you got to think people love coming to Nashville.
Yeah.
And if you're listening outside of Tennessee, hopefully there are some people. I hope if you choose to come to Nashville around haunt season,
Check out hauntseekersoftennessee.net. And also
get
on
some reviews for around the haunts.
yeah.
Shit.
We also have a haunt directory at tnhorror.com you can check out for a haunt season.
Yep. So there you go. And our first topic, vampires. That wasn't me farting, guys. That's supposed to be a vampire screech. I don't know. That's funny though.
Third time.
That's fun. But you can picture his face, like it's all tense.
What? Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, what type of vampires? What are we talking about here, buddy?
All right. Well, believe it or not, guys, vampires are real. Like, well, kind of. There are real vampires. There's several kinds. There's lifestyle vampires. They're kind of like pretentious goths. They like dress in Victorian outfits and sip wine from goblets in their candle-filled. They're just kind of douchey. They just well, they're like ultra lame cosplayers.
Yeah.
But there's real life vampires. I was waiting.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so annoying to hear all the time.
I wonder how many more times I'll do it.
Sorry. Yeti's for real talking about vampires. Sorry, Yeti. We're so
the
childish.
interesting ones are the real life vampires. These people who firmly believe that they are fucking vampires. There's two different kinds. There's sanguinarians, which is your blood drinkers. But they're not like out working the streets and hunting for people to chomp on their necks and shit. They usually use like a syringe or a really sharp sterile blade to pull just a little bit, and they're not predatory usually.
They could just use like a diabetic sticker.
Yeah.
Just give me a couple drops, baby.
Yeah, like a lancet or something to and they usually it's like a donor situation where they have somebody usually it's like a really close friend who's into weird shit or like a significant other, and they just kind of feed off of each other back and forth. And then there's energy vampires.
Okay.
Like there's so many different names. There's some people call them emotional vampires or psychic vampires or energy vampires.
Yeah, you already said that.
But what it is they feed off of your like what I guess like people who like kung fu and Eastern shit, what they would call your chi, like your life force energy or your aura. They feed off of that shit. They'll and I mean these both of them feel like they need to feed off of people to stabilize their mental or physical or emotional health, right? But there are people out there who are fucking psychic vampires who don't even know it. Like, you probably know one. Somebody who, like, every time you're around them, they just fucking drain. Like, when you part ways with them, you're just like, oh my fucking god, I am... You know what I'm saying?
I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that had.
So that's like an emotional vampire?
Yeah. Henry Zabarski from last hot podcast on left. He knows a woman that's a sexual vampire.
No, he was talking about psychic
That
vampires.
one too. It's a psychic vampire, same thing.
Oh.
Right? Kinda.
Well, yeah, sexual vampires are totally a thing too, because
They're the best kind of vampires?
The best kind.
yeah. If you look at
Drain my energy.
There's two different times when your body releases more psychic energy than any other time, and that's when you're dying or when you're fucking. And there's people out there who like I said, there's some that know they're doing it and some that don't know they're doing it, and they just drain your fucking chi energy straight out of your soul while you're fucking. Which, I mean...
So ultimately, they're pulling all the energy out of your cock.
Yeah, sucking your soul out.
Their vagina is sucking...
Is that why they're called succubus?
Kind of, I guess. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Succubest? Is that what it come from? Succubest? They just said succubest? No.
So, can they suck the energy out of your dick too? Like if they're giving you head? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about when you come, you're not just like spraying baby batter everywhere. You're also
that's ejaculate, sir. Ejaculate.
The female vampires over here like this. Give me all your energy. You know.
Yeah, but you're also
way in a totally different fucking area that I did not expect it to go. Jim Jam over here doing fucking actual motions. I wish that was on video. He was taking shots to the face.
Like a pro.
Yeah, he was too. He done it before.
$20 is $20, man.
Hey, you got me that pizza and some gas.
Hey, I mean, shit. You gotta do what you gotta do.
But yeah, so like, I mean, everyone knows like as far as the energy vampire or the emotional vampire, where you see someone and you see the other person using the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's that too, but it's also just people who fucking drain your energy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you see them and like they're like, I'm just so tired, like of this, all the time.
I read like 4 articles from like super fucking woo woo sources that
woo woo. You mean crazy?
What?
You mean crazy by saying woo woo?
Yeah, like fucking
out there.
Oh, my source is a 4th dimensional healer and fucking chakras and fucking whatnot. But they're all talking about how you can tell that if your partner's a sexual vampire and how to avoid sexual vampirism and the dangers. Look, I'm sorry, but if I'm fucking and then the result of that is that I ejaculate and then I'm completely fucking drained, like my soul has left my body.
That's a good
bravo, ma'am. Bravo.
Yeah, I'm just if
you need to avoid that.
If you're a sexual vampire, Johnny.Leroy on Instagram, if you're a sexual vampire, slide my fucking DMs.
Yeah, Johnny will feed your energy needs.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm single.
You can take it all. Yeah.
You're not stabbing me and you're not sucking blood. Sorry.
That can be that could be more enjoyable than you think.
Don't bite my dick off.
Yeah, hey, she can give you a Prince Albert.
Oh, sir.
No, hard no.
Yeah, it'd definitely be a hard no.
Yeah, hard no.
Hard no.
Stupid.
So stupid. This is the worst fucking vampire noise in the world.
I hope our listeners are immature enough to laugh at that shit every time.
But the bad thing is I can picture the son of a bitch posing with his hands up.
Yeah.
Like he's coming at you, and his hands are up when his nails are long. Oh,
yeah.
That's the worst. The fucking worst.
Could you imagine being cornered by like a fucking super scary Nosferatu style vampire, and he just opens his mouth and the fucking noise of a small wet fart comes out?
Yeah. Be like, dude, just turn around and be like, dude, you just didn't. You didn't do that, bro. You need to work on your game.
Be like Simba, you need to go work on your fucking roar.
Yeah.
Yes, I just quoted Lion King.
I didn't know. I thought that was just like a jab at the new fucking Lion King movie. I was
no,
like,
the new Lion King movie is pretty much word for word.
Mufasa.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Spoiler alert.
You're getting one.
Spoiler alert. His fucking dad dies.
You're SOL if you ain't seen the cartoon already. Motherfucker's been out since the early 90s.
Hey, Bambi's mom dies.
True.
Yeah. Everyone fucking dies. They don't have parents. Yeah. The Sleeping Beauty got molested by 7 dwarfs.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah. Just fucking 7 dwarfs. That was a porno.
It's
not a fucking cartoon, trust me.
Do you guys know the original story?
Oh, did I watch the wrong movie?
No, I think you watched the right movie. It just depends on what your goal was. Yeah, it's not a family movie though.
Yeah.
Uh,
The Disney
originally,
remake.
the original fairy tale, Sleeping Beauty,
Get black.
she's in the forest and she's got a splinter in her finger. That's what keeps her asleep, right? It's this evil splinter. And the prince comes along, and we're in the Disney movie. He like gives her a quick little peck on her lips, and she like wakes up, and it's all magical and shit. What happens in the original fairy tale is the prince is out in the woods hunting, and he looks, and there's this banging broad laid out on a slab sleeping, and he was just like, poke, poke. Well, you're not gonna wake up. Well, and then he fucking just like
Takes her to
rapes her.
Pound Town.
Yeah, it takes her to Pound Town while she's sleeping there in the woods by a stranger. And then she gives birth to twins. And the twins are trying to nurse. And they suck they find her finger and they think it's a nipple and they suck the splinter out of her finger and that's how she wakes up.
I was going to say she woke up because she was one of them vampires, sexual vampires, and sucked all the energy out of it.
Is he fucking with us or is this real?
No, I'm absolutely serious.
Oh.
Man, all them fucking fairy tales that they have on Disney were all darker stories that
All
they made.
fucked up.
That they made into
What about the Little Mermaid?
That was some Swedish dude.
She dies.
Yeah, she does die.
Yeah, her fucking they take her voice and when they give her feet, it feels like she's walking on knives. And at the end, she has to kill Eric to remain as a human, or fucking she would die and be turned into sea foam.
It's pretty much a tale of love who you are.
Yeah.
But a really
Careful
dark
what
tale.
you wish for.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada.
Hey, did y'all know that the Little Mermaid is going to be a lady of color now?
Yeah. I don't have no issue with it.
A redheaded?
How do you know she'll be redheaded?
They show pictures, I think.
Oh, I don't know. See, I haven't paid no attention.
She got to have red hair. She got to.
I guess.
I mean, sure.
Sure. I don't really care. I'm not going to go watch it, just like I'm not going to go watch Lion King, because I haven't even seen the fucking first one.
Have you not?
No, I haven't even seen Aladdin. I haven't seen...
My kids went and saw it.
I haven't seen, I've watched part of The Little Mermaid. I've watched part of Aladdin. I just don't... I wasn't at the age at that time.
Hold on, y'all.
Hey, guys, before we move in the next topic, we got a candle.
Yeah.
On Macabre Melts,
And it's
Etsy.
fucking phenomenal.
It's for the love of horror candle. You can go get one of them if you're really missing fall time and you really want Halloween to come closer. You can buy our candle. Yeah, so go get our candle and stuff. Yeah.
It smells
Macabre
great.
Melts, Etsy. Go follow them on Twitters.
It covers up the smell of vampire farts.
Yeah.
And this.
But yeah, so go get our candle if you'd like to support us and help us out. Macabre Melts and help out a small business owner as well on Etsy. We got some stuff to bring up to bring to your attention, just like the trailers. I'm going to start off with this one because I brought this to the table too. Actually, I brought all this fucking to the table almost. Son of a bitch, I did a lot of work this week. Yeti did the notes, but I did a lot of work. I did a lot of lookings. Lord of the Flies remake. I remember the 1990 film. I wasn't aware that there was what it was. It 1963, Yeti?
60. I think it's 64.
Yeah, and it's the third adaptation of William Golding's 1954 book, right?
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies novel. I don't know if you call it a novel. It wasn't that big.
It's a novel.
Okay. I'm not sure how they classify if you had to have so many pages to be a fucking novel. I don't know. I'm not a good book person. But Suspiria remake director Luca
The guy who did Suspiria.
Guadagnino. And it's from Warner Brothers Studios. I was pretty excited to see that they're going to remake this movie.
Yeah. I actually saw, I'm pretty sure I saw the English version, the 1964 version when I was like 13 or 14.
Well, you're a saint for sitting through that.
It was fucking, it was dark. It's a great story.
Yeah, you can pull that up on, actually both them films on YouTube now. Because you know how people pirate shit on YouTube somehow.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see how they get away with it.
Very carefully.
Not really. Everyone's out there. It's out there for everyone.
Did you guys know that there was a 2012 remake that just failed miserably?
No.
They announced the remake, and it was going to be an all-girl Lord of the Flies. And the internet just let them have it. They were just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Because
I'd hope women would, like young females would be more civilized than boys.
they absolutely would. I mean, like William Golding even has been quoted as saying, I don't know if it was in relation to the remake or if it was just in talking about Lord of the Flies, but he said the point of it was to show what young males were like. The savagery
Yeah.
of the male psyche when left unchecked.
Yep.
And that was the point. And then like everybody just shit all over him, and they canceled the remake.
Well, that's good because not everything needs to be all changed to all female cast.
Yeah, this is one of those things that where like
it had
making it an all girl cast would be insulting.
Yeah, and plus it was based off of a novel, and you're taking that person's original idea, and you're like you need to try to stick to the novel, and that's what the screenwriter or whatever, like what I was reading in the article, probably Bloody Disgusting or somewhere, I don't know, it popped up somewhere. I wish I could remember so I could give them credit on it, but they're going to stick pretty much to the novel. And if you haven't watched the 1990 movie, if you haven't read the book, it's one of the few books that I've actually read, and it's really good, and I really enjoyed it. And
I'm gonna try to start listening to it on audio.
I gotta stop tapping the table.
Yeah, because I'm not reading.
Yeah,
not that much, anyways.
It's really good. I just really enjoyed the movie, the 1990 movie, and I enjoyed the book as I got older and read the book. And speaking of something that doesn't need to be all girl, Lost Boys, the CW show that was going to come out on CW.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
it was going to be the Frog Sisters, right?
Yeah, these fucking guys.
Yeah, and I can understand you're making it for a new generation.
But you ain't got to do like the fucking shitty ass Ghostbusters reboot, whatever, and try to
I just don't know how you have. Can girls be that weird? I mean, I guess they can, but the Frog Brothers were weird, right?
Yeah,
like they were odd, and to make I don't. It's hard for me to believe a 12 to 13-year-old girl would be that odd. Like
they're different kind of odd.
Yeah, because I mean they're like sheltered-ish, like they work in a comic book store. They don't get out. This is what they do. Their parents are fucking stoners, Yeah. And they're just, read this book, man. That's my personal opinion, And look, if I'm fucking wrong, I'm wrong,
Yeah.
I mean,
see, here's my thing. It's like I understand updating things.
Yeah.
And I kind of understand wanting representation of women and of I don't know what minorities, people of color, whatever you want to call it, people outside our norm. I'm all about that.
You could have done a boy and a girl, brother and sister.
Yeah,
and I think that would have worked.
Make something new.
Yeah.
If you have to retool it, if he thought he had to retool the Lost Boys so much that the CW was like, whoa, that's too fucking far outside the box, bro.
Maybe the CW is pretty open-minded on stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, isn't the new Charmed reboot on the CW?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm not into Charmed, so.
Yeah. I like the first like 3 or 4 seasons of the original show.
Sorry, it's Jimmy's fucking computer.
Fuck you, man.
He's got so much stuff going on right now that it just left a trail of fucking screens when he moved the fucking page. I'm sorry, I couldn't. But so it's a 40% rewrite. It's not a total rewrite. Heather Mitchell loves the original movie and is eager to make the series look a little bit more like the original Lost Boys. So, and she's the writer, Heather Mitchell, and so it's not a complete one. What I read in the article though was that they got rid of everyone that they did for the what is that called? The pilot episode.
Pilot.
Besides Star and I think David were the only 2 people that stayed. They got rid of all the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big. Like it's like damn. So all of them sucked. Like what? Besides the 2, like, that's a little. I don't know.
Oh.
But I'm glad to see that. I mean, I'm not sure. I love Lost Boys, and like I've said, I'm not sure about a TV show of it. You're probably not going to reconnect my childhood. You know what I'm saying? The love of that movie. Because if it's on the CW, and like Yeti was saying, it'll probably be a fucking teenage love story only.
Yeah.
Ish. Now, if they can make it kind of like Buffy.
You know, I would if they could capture that kind of spirit, I would watch it.
Yeah, like if they could do it like that, where you got action, but you might have a romance in there, you know, somewhere. I mean, I could be okay, but if you're talking about up to date now, where dudes are kidnapping girls and young boys and changing them to vampires, it's kind of weird, ain't it?
Little weird.
A little weird for a TV show. But
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I probably will too. And here's another one, 20 Seconds to Die. Is it 20 Seconds to Die or 20 Seconds to Live?
20 Seconds to Live.
Yeah, 20 Seconds to Live. I said die the other night. So, season 2 is hopefully coming next month. If you don't know what that is, just look it up on YouTube. It's a little web series. And
So season 1's on Aerioscope's YouTube channel.
But apparently,
But season 2 will not be.
is it going to be like just 20 Seconds to Live on their own channel?
Yeah, I think they got their own YouTube channel.
Yeah, and it's just a fun little cool web series where you got 20 seconds to live, and it counts down. You know, it's just fun.
In the first season, though, the one I stood out was Derek Mears was in it. One of them.
Yeah, and it come out years ago, before I knew anything really.
But the people that made 20 Seconds to Live also they're the ones that did Video Palace.
Yeah, and like we said, you need to go listen to the Video Palace if you haven't yet.
100%.
Yes.
I mean, and talk to us about it, what you feel about it, at the Horror Basement Podcast on Instagram. I'm bugging the shit out of that.
Speaking of the Horror Basement Instagram, we had asked a question on Instagram, and we got open our Instagram up for questions about vampires. We got a couple of those.
Yeah, Jim Jam.
AJ_duh_midnight_writer. Are the bedazzled vampires from Twilight going to be included? And Yeti, you want to go ahead and take the hold that one?
We kind of included them.
Oh, did we? Well, I mentioned it, but
yeah, so they were included. You're welcome.
A little bit. I was wrong because on Instagram I said hell fuck no.
Hell fuck no. You want to read Craig's?
Craig.
4-Color Craig.
Yeah, 4-Color Craig, half-ass horror cast member. Would you want to be a vampire if one offered to sire you? I'm thinking the classic Dracula / Anne Rice style vamp, but I guess could be considered.
What's sire mean?
It's when they give you the dark gift and they turn you into a vampire.
I think it's like they take you under their wing and show you the ways of the vampire.
Yeah, well, I mean, in a lot of
right,
in a lot of vampire fiction, they don't just change people at random. They pick one and then they'll like raise them, kind of.
Hey, Craig, thanks for making me feel stupid. using big words and shit.
It's 4 letters.
You might want to use like, what is it, parentheses for Jim Jam.
Yeah, they put a this is for Jim Jam.
But yeah,
He'll probably
would
Google
I
that shit, bitch.
would I consider that? If a vampire offered to sire me and to change me into a vampire, yes, I would. I would live forever. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I would.
You down with OPP?
Yeah, I would be if I was a vampire because I'd be sucking all kinds of other people's fucking property's blood. I'd be like, hey, dude, I'm taking your bitch out. Sorry about your luck.
Do I need
turn her into a Capri Sun?
But yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, I would go ahead and bite me.
But could you think since we're all overweight guys, like we'd lose weight,
I fucking hope so.
and then we become muscular, right? Because that's what vampires are, right?
Well, I mean, god damn, that's because most of the time when a vampire changes, they're kind of locked in. They don't age.
Stupid shit.
Sorry.
It's funny again.
But but are the fat vampires?
I don't know.
Because fat vampires can't run after people, guys. Or can they?
You think when they turn into a bat, they turn into a fat bat?
I hope so.
I don't think that's. We're going realistic vampire.
Could you imagine though, them motherfuckers trying to fly and they're barely
even
getting
be a
off the
bat.
ground?
You have to be like a crow.
I'd be cool with that.
Bat.
Like turn into a crow
Be a fucked up looking bat.
or a nighthawk.
Nighthawk. But yeah, so I guess we're all in agreement to being a vampire. Which famous sexy vampire? Oh, sorry. This is from Half-Assed Horrorcast. The last question. Which famous sexy vampire would you most like to make whoopee to? And I'm going. Or do y'all want to go first?
Go ahead. I'm looking up something real quick.
I would say, what was the one off Underworld?
Oh, what is
Celine?
her name?
Celine, what's her real name?
Mia Jovovich?
No,
No.
Kate.
Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah.
This
She's
is
fucking fine. And then if I'm her vampire, if I'm I'm sleeping with her, then that makes me the other guy. So therefore, I'll be half vampire, half werewolf. Correct? Is that what I be?
no.
Well, that's my fantasy.
You'd have to be
I'm banging her. She's only banging that one dude.
So in theory,
Therefore,
you have to be that dude.
Yeah, I have to be that dude.
Oh.
No, but anyways, yeah, that'd be my choice, and she'd be a badass, and I would live. I would never die, because she would protect me.
just multiply.
I could be the biggest pussy in the world, getting the best pussy in the world.
Is she?
No.
I looked up.
Yeti, where you going with, Yeti?
What about Aaliyah?
Yeah.
The Queen of the Damned.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I would go Satanico Pandemonium from Dusk Till Dawn. Selma Hayek dancing around with that big old reticulated python around her neck.
Oh, I was thinking you're just gonna talk about. Oh, never mind. My bad.
I got it.
She
When you was talking about, I thought you was talking about.
This is who I want.
Your python, but
She's from. You remember? Did you ever watch True Blood, Yeti?
she's
Yeah.
off Daredevil.
Well, yeah, she's in True Blood too, but she was a vampire. The redheaded girl in True Blood.
What's her name? What's the name of the character?
Her name Jessica Hamby was her name, but her real name is Deborah Ann Wolf.
Yeah,
Or Wool.
she's on the Daredevil Netflix series. She
Yeah,
plays the
Jessica.
Yeah, she's hot. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
I'll pick that.
She ain't a badass like my bitch, but no, just kidding.
Can you say the name of Salma Hayek's character, Yeti?
Satanico Pandemonium.
Okay, that's why I was like, I can't read that shit.
Not only would I be, I mean, Selma Hayek is just, oh, good lord. But I'd get to hang out in that bar with, like, all the cool, like the Tom Savini vampire and the Cheech Marin vampire. Man, that would be fucking cool.
Can you quote that Cheech from the beginning when they was outside?
The only thing I can remember is, and if you can find cheaper pussy than that, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so that's our choices on that one. We probably could have won a classic around, but is there a classical? Nah, anyways, we're not going there. Also, before we get into the movie of the week, go to tnhorror.com, hit up that merch page. Gotta stop talking on my phone. tnhorror.com, hit up that merch page, and you can find some awesome t-shirts to help support the Horror Base podcast.
There's more than t-shirts, too. There's stickers, mugs.
Mugs, yeah. See on
hoodies, baseball, what are them called?
Caps.
Baseball tees.
Oh, baseball tees. I thought you were talking about a baseball cap.
Oh, you got that.
Why would you have baseball?
Only Yeti wears baseball caps.
And yeah, you could help support us. There's some really cool designs. Maybe I'll release some of mine eventually, sometime. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got some really cool ones, but I'm sure.
He's still working on his damn logo.
Yeah, I need somebody to do my logo
We know somebody, but he won't message him.
for free, if possible. But yeah, let's go ahead and. But yeah, so before we get into the movie of the week, it is Maniac from 1980 or after.
Maniac, you can lock your doors, but you can't lock the madman out of your mind.
All right, guys, Maniac from 1980, and I have directed by William Lustig, screenplay by Joe Spinell, and is it C.A. Rosenberg?
I think so, yeah.
A traumatic childhood leads a deranged mama's boy on a gruesome killing spree on the streets of New York City. That is this one from Google. Oh, IMDb had a totally different fucking...
I think a better one is the psychotic serial killer stalks New York, killing women and taking their scalps to nail to mannequins. When a beautiful photographer comes into his life, a conflict in him arises. Can he remain a normal man, or will he continue to kill?
Yeah.
Yes, he
That was
will.
my synopsis.
And he has mommy issues.
Oh, deep mommy issues.
Yeah, and Anna D'Antoni, probably fucking butchered the hell out of that name. But she is Caroline something.
Caroline Monroe.
Yeah, but so she plays the photographer, but this movie opens up and he kills two people on the beach, correct? Is that how it went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stabs the shit out of him. Rocks the garrote, the cheese cutter garrote around the neck. That shit, I loved it.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. And
Is that The Wire?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, like, he was cutting scalps off. And I was like, okay. And then he brings it home. Oh, okay. I didn't realize what he was doing until the second kill. And he was dressing mannequins.
He is nailing the
the
fucking
same-
scalps to mannequins.
Yeah, and then he's using the same clothes, taking their clothes with them and putting the clothes on the mannequin. Super fucking weird.
Yeah.
Super weird. You know what I would have liked to have seen? Like, just one scene. It wouldn't have had to been, every one. Just one scene of the cops finding the naked, scalpless body.
Yeah, that would have been okay.
That would have been cool.
Or at least showing, I mean, they didn't necessarily have to show the naked girl, but at least showing the body.
Yeah, like an implied.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily need dead girl titties. Just the reaction of, whoa, what the fuck have we stumbled upon here, Detective O'Brien?
But I guess they were finding them. It's just they didn't show anything about it in the movies.
Yeah.
And here's a trivia fact for you. In order to keep costs down, several porn actresses, such as Abigail Clayton, were hired to play the victims in other minor female roles.
To have porn actresses, there was hardly any nudity.
Yeah, there's only that one set of boobs.
No, I mean one set of nipples.
There were boobs. There were boobs there.
Barely.
Well, don't be discriminating.
Discrimination.
What do we say? Big boobs, little boobs, small boobs. Comes boob. Oh, come on.
You do.
No matter what size, you like them all. Big or small.
Big boobs.
I do not discriminate against boobs. If you want to show me your boobs, you can. Just letting you know. Slide my DMs. Not moobs. I don't want to see moobs. Remember man boobs, not moobs.
Damn, Yeti's
Put my
like,
shirt back on.
shit.
Johnny
I've
Leroy.
it's been a very
Instagram.
confusing recording session for me over here.
He's like, okay, if you want, then wait,
No
not
moves,
moves,
sir.
Motherfucker.
No
Pulling
moves.
things out, putting them away, and it's just,
But
goddamn.
Tom Savini was in this. He was the third kill.
Yeah, he got shot in the fucking face.
Yes,
Hey,
I love that scene.
That's
That was
when
gruesome, too.
when at the beginning where you heard the trailer play that shot. That was him getting it in the face. In the face.
They do after with the scream and the echoing off of the gunshot. It I don't know. It sounds like the echoes you get when you huff paint. So I've heard from a friend. It was really fucking trippy. What was really cool about that kill was it was taken straight from the son of Sam, who was just not too far before this movie came out. So when Joe Spinell was writing the character and writing the story, he was throwing in elements of that, the David Berkowitz thing, because I mean he was a random killer. I mean he had he was the 44 caliber killer or whatever, but I mean he didn't switch weapons all the time, but his victims were random. It was just like worse. It was like the worst version of wrong place, wrong time. And that's kind of what Frank does too. Is except for he just kills women. But that couple outside of a nightclub just sitting in the car and getting fucking dusted off at random, that was a Berkowitz kill. So I thought it was really cool.
That is cool. And y'all want to know another trivia fact about that?
Yeah.
Gene Siskel was so disgusted by the infamous shotgun head explosion scene that he walked out of the movie, saying on his television show with Roger Ebert that the film could not redeem itself after the ultra-violence that he had just seen.
What a pussy.
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Whether or not that's true, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but,
I mean, I'm sure it is. Siskel and Ebert were both fucking virtue signaling shills for the Hollywood industry. Couple of cunts.
Go fuck yourself.
Siskel and Ebert when I was a kid.
Why? I like those
2
celebrities.
thumbs up. Because they were actually on TV, so it's probably before he was even born. So, or you wouldn't have known you was born, but you were so young you would have never known.
We don't need Siskel and Ebert. We got Yeti.
Yeti was not around when I was 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah, no.
Just gonna throw that
I'm here to lead you astray cinematically in all manners now, though.
Here's another fact about that scene right there. William Lustig and Joe Spinell say they didn't always have the necessary permits to film on location in New York City. Certain scenes, including the infamous shotgun through the windshield scene, had to have been filmed quickly, and afterwards the crew had to run away before the cops arrived.
Wow.
There was a lot of that going on around this time with a lot of like low budget stuff that you see that's shot in New York, like or not even specifically low budget stuff, just independent stuff. There was a couple of Coen films. It was like guerrilla filmmaking. Like they would do. Jesus Christ! It's in a Larry Cohen movie, and they're doing a fight scene in an airport, and they're like on the baggage claim, and they're just like beating the shit out of each other on the conveyor belt, and it comes up, and everybody around there is just like fucking shocked. And those are actual airport patrons who are waiting on their bags, but when you see a movie being shot, you just kind of let it happen. There was a lot of that shit going on.
You don't run up in the camera and be like, hey, waving your hands, Mom, look at me. Yeah.
Yeah, because each kill goes in between him like being in his apartment and being like, I told you not to go out tonight. What am I going to do without you? Blah, 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 blah. And he's all crazy and shit. And then he goes to a park. Like, them first 3 kills, like, there's 3 kills. And then, in between that, he's at the park, or at his house, apartment, and doing all the weird shit with the mannequins. And then he goes to a park and he sees a photographer. And he just shows up. Does he just show up to her front door?
I
To her
think
apartment?
so.
Like, doom, 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 doom.
Yeah.
Is that not weird?
Yeah, he shows up at her front door and starts saying a bunch of weird shit. And the next thing you know, she's like, "Yeah, let's go to dinner."
Yeah, I was just like, he's like, "Oh yeah, I was here to talk to you about that photo."
Yeah,
Well, how
because
did
you can
know
own
who she
people
was?
by taking a photo of them.
How did you know who she? Like, she didn't even question. It's just like, yeah, okay, come on in. And he was looking super like '70s, late '70s style.
Oh yeah, it like the wardrobe, the everything about it.
He's not a handsome man, guys.
He is not. Frank Zito is not, or Joe Spinell is not a handsome fella.
No, he wasn't a handsome fella in this movie, and she was smoking hot, and I was just like, well, I mean, I guess confidence pays off.
I reckon so.
I mean, and being a psycho also, I guess, helps you get there.
I mean, yeah, I get, because he showed up at her house, sounded like a fucking serial killer.
It was just weird. I was just like,
Yeah, I guess, man. I mean, it was a different time, you know.
oh yeah,
Like
for sure.
he calls her, "Hey, do you want to fucking go to a movie tonight?" She's like, "Yeah." Can you be ready in 15? And she's like, "Shit, I can be ready in 10." What?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, New
Short
York
notice,
City
bitch.
though, it's like, you know, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, different culture, different time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how people got down in the Big Apple back in the day.
Then again, though, it might be expected out of you because there wasn't no phone or internet to be texting people and shit, you know.
No.
So it's just like, hey, they call you up and it's like 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm down to do something. I ain't got nothing else to do tonight. Might as well go do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
staying up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning anyways. Or later. I mean, she was a photographer. She worked for herself, so I mean,
Yeah.
she can make her own schedule, sort of. And besides the one time where he goes into the place afterwards and she's got a photo sheet going and dude's like, being a dick, we're paying these models $100 an hour.
Damn, I wonder what 100.
I'm like,
Damn, them bitches making. Oh shit, my bad. Them women making some
fucking
killer
bank.
money.
Yeah, $100 an
Oh,
hour
yeah.
back in 1979.
That's it, 80, wasn't it? Or
Well, I
79?
mean, it was come out in 80, but, you know, I was
I
thinking.
figure it was shot in 78, 79.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking of. And I was like, damn, these women are making hella money.
Fuck yeah.
And then he steals that one chick's necklace. It's just so weird. And he goes, knocks on the door. It's like, hey, did you lose
That's
this?
equivalent to $345 today.
Good
Man.
God.
Damn.
And he was just like, yeah, I found this. And then he's like filling up the lock. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
To see how he could pick the lock easier.
This shit was
Yeah, it's just
This-
weird. It was super
he was
weird.
just so like one thing I really liked about it was the shots of him even when he's with these beautiful women who are like normal human beings. He's so off-puttingly awkward, and then the scenes where he's alone, well, quote unquote alone in his room with the mannequins, he's just like watching him made me uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Just
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's so fucking weird.
Oh, yeah, because he was just watching them women model, and he's just like,
Well, one of these bitches gotta die.
Was he sexually doing this stuff, or was what? This was no sexual at all, was it?
I mean,
I don't think
Was
so.
that, well, no, was that prostitute. He was all kissing her and making out with her on top
But
of
he was
it.
like, leave your clothes on.
But, yeah.
yeah, I don't think there was a sexual gratification component to his kills. He was like a oh fuck, what do they call him? Like a Madonna whore killer. Someone, he has this super fucking black and white view of women, and they're either like absolute saints or they're fucking scum of the earth whores that deserve to die.
Yeah,
you
that's
see
like them
you see that in a
serial
lot
killers
of
that do
serial
that.
killers.
So no in between for him.
No, that's why he killed models. He killed prostitutes. He killed women who were perceived to be promiscuous.
Yeah, promiscuous. Yeah, that's what I was like.
Like making out in the car or
Making out on the
fucking
beach. Yeah. Like, and who
Yeah,
fucking hangs out on the beach in the fucking winter? Like, I don't know. Like, they're in fucking jackets and covered up in blankets, and they're hanging out on the beach. Is that normal?
I mean, it would be cool. Like,
It'd be
you know,
fucking windy.
if it wasn't super, super, super cold, just catching the moonlight on the beach and there's nobody else around,
true.
you know?
Yeah, I got you. But they
It
look
could
cold,
work.
though. She's like, I need to go get some firewood. It's cold.
Yeah. Whack.
Yeah. You fucked up on that?
What I thought was really cool was when
Sorry,
he was
that's
like
personal.
loading out to go kill somebody, he had all of his knives and whatnot in a violin case.
Yeah, I seen. Yeah,
They reminded me of fucking. Do you guys remember El Mariachi?
Yeah.
It was like El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yep.
Those movies were so cool.
They're really
And
good.
I saw him putting fucking weapons in there. And I was like, oh my god, El Mariachi. And I found out this came out first. So maybe there was a little bit of influence there.
And I was sitting there thinking, damn, he put some time in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He even had the zipper cloth to cover everything up. I was like, wow.
That's some craftsmanship right there.
Yeah. Like, this motherfucker, is he crazy? He is. He can still make shit work.
So, are we close to the end on this? The end of the movie?
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just wanting to talk about the part, when he was in his back in his room, and all the mannequins started coming to life or whatever.
Oh, that's the very end, though.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was the very end.
So he was just seeing that in his head.
Yeah.
But he just stabbed himself in the stomach, right?
Yeah.
So was that like his conscience doing that, or?
Yeah, I mean, it was like a delusional thing.
But you got to first go back to after he killed the friend, and then he picks up old girl, and he's like, I got to go by the cemetery to visit my mother. And the next thing you know, it's fucking night.
So he's in the
Yeah,
cemetery at night?
And they're fucking, who goes to the cemetery at night with someone? And then he turns all crazy, and then, of course,
It wasn't,
she lives and whatnot, and spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, this movie's like 30-something years old.
Yeah, and so he gets back, and that's where Jim Jam was talking about. He gets back home, and he's injured. He's got a big cut on his arm from a shovel shot. But he goes crazy in the fucking cemetery because he sees his mom. And that's where you know that he has mommy issues for real.
Yeah, that kind of brings a lot of things together, and it kind of makes some shit that he says earlier in the movie make sense.
And then he goes back to his hotel room, and he feels it's all fucking weird, and then all the mannequins come to life and start attacking him, and which was really cool. Lots of cool special effects on that.
Yeah, Hail Tom Savini. It was really reminiscent of the kill in, was it Day of the Dead? Or, I think it was Day of the Dead, where they fucking, old military dude who was like an asshole through the whole movie, and the zombies just kind of fall on him and tear him apart, rip his guts out, tear his head off, and
Yeah.
that was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, that dude was a fucking dick, huh?
Yeah. I can't for the life of me think of his name. The guy who played him passed earlier this year, and I can't remember his name.
The headless corpse in the end is the Betsy Palmer corpse from Jason's mother from Friday the 13th.
No shit.
Yeah, that's what this says. And the helicopter shots are recycled footage from Inferno.
What was that from? Dawn of the Dead, Yeti?
Yeah, I think so. Where they had, God damn it, what was his name?
Oh,
Is
and
it Joseph Pilato?
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
the Los
Yeah.
Angeles Times refused to run ads for the film due to the graphic content of not only the film, but also its poster.
Was it because of the severed head, or was it because the
dog.
outline of his wang doodle?
I think it's because his wang doodle. It's his imprint of the wang doodle.
Well, I would say it would be the severed head and the scalp and the bloody knife.
Yeah.
And the wang doodle.
Okay. Jim Jam brought this up that you could see the outline of his penis.
Guess where I heard it. The movie crypt.
But if you look at it, sure, that's not his ball sack.
It could be his balls.
He's got some high balls, don't he?
It's at the very bottom of his pants, ain't it?
Tight jeans, man.
I can't tell. Like, I can't.
Johnny, you're
I can't.
Look.
I don't know.
It's fucking drawing. It's not like it's an actual real fucking picture.
I've still never wanted to think this much about a man's package before.
But look at his veiny hands.
Did you purposely veiny
Pause.
hands? Now that would definitely be a giveaway if there was a vein popping out.
Oh Lord!
I had to do that, guy. I had to do
This
I had to do
it wasn't. It was good. It was good.
Sorry.
It wasn't just the Times that had a fucking wooden run for this. It wasn't prosecuted for obscenity or officially listed under the Video Nasty Act, but Maniac was copies of Maniac were seized by various police forces across Greater Manchester and Lancashire during the Video Nasty Panic because of the film's like notorious gore, the head explosions, the scalpings, yada yada yada. Fucking England, the UK was late 70s, early 80s to mid 80s. Bad time to make horror movies for fucking the European market. Like, they were literally prosecuting people for obscenities for having gore in the films.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool.
But I mean, I guess they can do whatever they want to do. That's why we don't live there.
Yeah.
We're
The
murdered.
Video Nasties thing is it's a fucking neat thing to look into, but it's like censorship on a whole other level.
Yeah, so Maniac, it ends with some cops come in because the woman gets away and she calls the cops, and it's just two fucking detectives. Like, they're
Oh
looking
my
for this
God.
fucking serial killer guy all over fucking town. It's in the news. And the two detectives come in and they go down to his apartment. Do they kick the door in or do they just open it?
I'm not sure.
I think they just open the door and they come in and they see all these mannequins with dead women's clothes and scalps nailed to their heads and homeboy laying on the dead bed. They don't fucking investigate to see if he's dead or not. They just kind of look around the room.
Yeah,
Favorite scene in the movie. One cop just kind of reaches out and like low knuckles the other one, just taps him on the hand and nods toward the door, and they just fucking leave. They're just like, well, fellas, this crime solved itself.
Yeah. Well, he's got a saber in his belly.
Huh.
Let's go.
We'll just leave this corpse here. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeti said dead bed.
What?
You said dead bed?
Yeah, he's in the dead bed.
Dead bed?
He's on his deathbed. Is that what you're getting at?
I don't know. Sometimes words just come out of my... It's like a verbal typo.
Yeah. But yeah, he was dead in the bed, and they were just like, fuck
Maybe
it.
that's what he meant to say. Dead in the bed.
And then,
What had happened was...
of course, like every movie ever made, it's
Zah.
Zooms in on his face.
And
His
his-
eye pops up.
yeah, and it's
Oh, and it's that classic 80s music.
yeah.
So yeah, would you recommend it, Johnny?
Yeah, I'd say go watch it if you haven't. I hope you have. But I hope you didn't listen to this.
You could always watch it for free on Shudder.
Yeah, TN Horror is 30-day free pass.
Yep.
And
Well, and if you already got Shudder, why not?
you might as well if you haven't seen it.
what
But
else are you
we
doing?
just ruined every single bit of it, so there's no surprise.
I mean, it's still worth watching just for the descent into madness and the kills. You know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah,
to
it's
see
nuts.
Tom Savini effects,
Yeah.
SFX, right?
Yeah, SFX.
Yeah.
I guess.
And now what's his name said?
That's what I said.
Fucking Spinell puts on a hell of a performance. I mean, the acting across the board is better than you'd expect from a movie. You know, like it's an independent film from the late 70s. It was released in 1980, but I mean, the performances are good, and he gives a hell of a performance as a fucking madman. He's a
Are
character
you
actor.
sure that he was performing there? Because he seemed fucking legit fucked up.
See, Yeah, no, he was in he was in Rocky. He was in
So he's just that damn good, huh?
yeah. He played a fucking villain. That was his shtick, man. He was a character actor. But yeah, he did really well at being.
He passed away now?
Yeah, not too long ago, 3 or 4 years ago, I think.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so go check that out. And next week, we will be. Are we going to talk about? Are we going to do Nosferatu next week?
Yeah, I gotta watch them though. There's 4 of them. You gotta finish.
Yeah, 4. I watched the one last night. It's really good.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week we'll talk about the last 4 episodes of Nosferatu.
Yeah, we'll finish the first season of that. I'm not sure why we didn't have vampires on with that, but okay.
He's not a vampire though.
Oh, is he?
No.
He takes the souls and he makes himself.
You
young.
don't bite them.
He's like a high-powered psychic vampire.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's Nosferatu, because he's that.
Great fuck up. Hell, we should have had that as movie.
Yeah, well.
Fuck it, it's fine.
Yeah, it don't really matter.
Yeah.
And then hopefully.
We'll talk about serial killers with Nosferatu.
And Preacher's coming out. Don't forget about that. And then Nosferatu will be available on Shudder by the end of this month, I think.
Someone said that they're only doing episode by episode, and they're not gonna have the full season available. That's what I heard. I don't know how.
Sense.
That don't make no sense, but I don't know. I haven't looked into it yet. We can.
I just heard that.
We'll look into it more for next week's podcast. Oh, and eventually, the idea was we're going to have a full Freddy and Jason, right? Voorhees podcast.
Yeah, deep dives on the characters and.
If y'all would like
that
let
for
us know.
Freddy versus Jason? It's gonna be the movie of the week.
Yeah, Freddy versus Jason will be the movie of the week, and we'll deep dive Freddy and Jason. We've never done that on this podcast. If you think that's a good idea, hit us up at the Horror Basement Podcast and let us know. You know,
If not, go fuck yourself.
One thing I wanted to bring up is not even really.
Bad.
I'm joking.
Bad, Jim. Bad.
Well, go ahead, Yeti.
It's not even really related to us. Like, I might talk you guys into doing it in his movie of the week, but sometime this month, I'm not sure on an exact date, but there's a movie coming to Shudder called Incident in a Ghostland, and it's directed by the director of Martyrs, Pascal Laugier, and it's fucking phenomenal. It's one of the best movies of 2018, and it's finally coming to a streaming service. I'm so excited for people to see it. I just throw that out there for later.
You say Martyrs?
What?
What movie did you say?
Incident in a Ghostland.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I talked to you guys about it not too long ago. It's a super violent, twisted home invasion movie with like a psychological twist, and it's fucking brutal. Super good movie. From the mind of the guy who brought you Martyrs. So,
I know I heard the word martyrs, so.
Yeah. I love his work. So fucking good.
Well, hey, guess
so
what?
So, yeah, that's coming to Shudder soon, so.
Let us know what you think, what you'd like us to do. If you have an idea of what you want to hear us talk about, let us know. All right?
Yep.
And go watch Nosferatu before we talk about it next week. That way
we will spoil the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's going to be. We try not to spoil it throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
But this time it's done. You've had an extra week to go watch it and finish the season. Go binge that shit. And we're going to just tell you everything.
Yeah.
So go watch it and let us know what you think about it, if you liked it. And tell us if it sucked if you didn't. If you tell us that it sucks, then you're wrong. But whatever. Form your own opinion.
Hell yeah. So, guys, that's all we got.
Thanks for listening.
That's all
TuneHorror.com.
Yeah.
At the Horror Based Podcast. On Instagram. I'm just fucking with Jim now.
Oh, yeah.
Buy a t-shirt.
Please.
Yeah. All right.
Then detonate the Patreon.
Yeah. I'll let you finish now.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
That's all we got.
We got a haunt page.
Hey, wait.
We got a haunt page on TuneHorror.com. You go find out. Listen is on.
That is coming up.
No, that's already. We already said that.
Slaughterhouse starts the 20th of September.
Ooh. Anyways, go ahead.
That's all we got, guys. We out.
Peace.
Stay spooky. Try not to be an asshole.